long.
Okay.
And hello, guys. Welcome to
Hello.
the
Hello.
ABGF Podcast. So, hello. Today we have Nick with us. So, from Dassie Atelier, first time designer, first time publisher. And you've been going through a lot, like the past, 2 years? It's a whole campaign, essentially.
Yeah, I think for the past, I would like to say a year, past 1 year, it's been really hectic and a very interesting journey for both myself and my wife Vanessa. She should be joining us in a while, but yeah.
Oh, okay. So, let's start with introductions first, so the world can meet you. So, who are you and what do you do? And our usual question is, what game have you played, or what interesting game have you played recently?
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Nicholas from Singapore. So my wife Vanessa and I started Dassie Atelier, in the game design studio, and we started last year, and we are looking to publish our own games as well. So for recently, I think we've started playing. We dabbled a bit in Android Netrunner. So because we both love card games, and I think it takes a very interesting spin on how card games are usually played. It's not just a magic clone. The mechanics are actually very unique, and I think playing it lets us see how um, different ways card games can be designed.
Okay, so uh, I guess we have to introduce ourselves too. So hello, I'm Dwayne. I think I'm just gonna jump into it. Like the last, like an interesting game I played. Because the last time my offering was this horse game. It's called Stable Times.
Okay.
So it's like reverse Uma Musume, where you don't bet, you don't train, you just put the horses back in stables, and
Mhm.
it's still fun to talk about. But I guess I'm gonna do one of my communities a favor, and I'm gonna shout out sorcery again. If
Okay.
you, yeah,
Yeah,
sorcery, the card game. Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty popular. I think it's also quite new,
Yes.
relatively new, like the past couple of years. And yeah, we saw quite a lot of people playing it in at PAX East. I
Yeah.
think there's quite a huge community in the states for
Oh, yeah, you have
sorcery.
a lot of card game stories, right? When
Yeah,
you went to PAX, yeah.
yeah, it's like huge. Card games are huge in the state. Yeah, they're really like
Hmm,
we've tried
very.
so many new. I mean, so many card games that we weren't exposed to
Hmm.
traditionally, like where we are. Yeah, where we saw quite a lot
So,
of people play sorcery.
and then there's a Warlord, and there's Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
many TCGs.
yeah. So many. It's quite an eye
Yeah,
opener as well.
yeah.
And I
Cyberpunk is now
guess,
the
yeah, there's
most funded TCG
Yeah,
on
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
it's
They're at what now?
crazy.
25 million. Uh,
Yeah, I think they ended at 25 million.
so that's
Oh,
that's insane. It used to be Altered, right? So Altered
yeah.
had that
Yeah, I think
was king of the Kickstarter TCGs, but
yeah, I
now
think it was around
Cyberpunk has
six
overtaken that.
million euros. I think, if I'm not wrong,
Oh,
I remember
that's,
reading about it.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
it's fairly very interesting how Kickstarter is now where a lot of TCG start. That's quite interesting. You mentioned Netrunner. Netrunner,
Yes.
the most interesting thing about Netrunner, especially considering of when came out, which was really
Yeah,
like in terms of
Hmm.
TCG history, it's like pretty early because it's just I think the second TCG that Richard Garfield
yeah, correct.
designed. So
Yeah,
it was
the very
asymmetric.
original one.
Yeah, it's an asymmetric game.
Yeah,
So that was an interesting concept at that
yeah,
time because Magic, everything else was pretty much like, oh, play a resource
yeah,
and that, but
Like a magic, like yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Correct.
everything was Magic like
Yeah,
at
and
that
I think
Not
stage.
another interesting game that we discovered at PAX was this card game called Overpower. Like we've never heard of it before, but turns out it's a very very old TCG back
Yeah, it's
in
an old TCG.
the 90s.
Yes,
Yeah,
around the
we
same
met the
time
guys.
that
Yeah,
the first TCG boom. That's when it came out. Unfortunately, I love Marvel superheroes, but that game I didn't really like that much that time. I'm not sure how it plays now though.
I don't know. We met with the people because I think they had a booth there where they were showing off they were demoing and they were selling the new revised Overpower. So I think this group of guys they came together to buy the IP, and I think they're releasing new sets for the game. And they told us that it's compatible with the old Marvel
mm,
and DC sets in the 90s.
Yeah, but that
but
doesn't
just,
bode well for me, I guess, because I didn't like it before.
but,
Yeah, but they
but
were sorry.
just for context, the three of us are very much into card games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So this is very dangerous ground because we might end up just talking about card games. Like
we
I
could
pulled
we
this
could
one
talk
out.
about this for the whole show, but that's not what this show is about.
Yeah. Wait, this is my favorite dead card game that's still alive with a community. So it's Doomtown.
Oh, okay.
So it also became an LCG, picked up by AEG at some point. It died, and then the fans
Oh,
picked it up and then made it. So it's still technically in circulation right now.
Mhm.
that's good. That's good.
Is it
I think
Pine
it's
Box doing it now? Pine
Yeah,
Box is
Pine
doing
Box
it.
is doing it now, and they're just fans who like we can't let this IP die, so let's just buy the rights.
yeah.
Or from
It's a bit like
AEG,
Netrunner, right? I think like there's a community project going
like
on,
fan run. Yeah,
fan run Netrunner. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty interesting that how people are just keeping these smaller card games alive, like in terms of the grand scale of things.
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of revivals of old classic games. Even Warlord has seen a revival
Hmm.
recently. Of course, the Kickstarter took a while for them to fulfill, partly because of logistics, I think, and they got
Okay.
hit with the pandemic. It took them a while to fulfill, but now the Kickstarter products are out. We'll
Okay.
see if the TCG actually picks up some steam.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. That's the thing with TCGs, right? Like it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle game. Like you can't really. It's very hard to just dabble. Like you
yeah,
do a bit. You have to
you
keep.
have to dedicate
Yeah, you have to
a
dedicate
lot
a
of time.
huge portion of time for it.
Yeah. So most people will probably just pick up one TCG
Yeah.
and then stick with it. They can't
Yeah.
really play too many.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like even keeping up with one is it's insane.
Yeah. Even if budget was not an issue, it's just the headspace.
Yeah.
Being
Correct.
competent at a TCG requires a lot of headspace.
Yeah. Correct.
Hmm.
okay.
So,
Before we hit the the 10-minute mark,
yeah, we're nearing the 10-minute mark. So we can, I guess, go to the actual proper reason why we're doing this show, which is basically we want to introduce the Filipino community to Dassie Atelier.
Yeah.
They're what I would call a new power couple in the Asian board game scene. Uh, we saw their games. We met you at the Malaysian ABGF in
Yeah.
2024, right?
Yeah. 2024. Yeah.
20,
2024.
25 last
25. Yeah, so it's
25.
the
25.
same season. Yeah,
Same year.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
we met you again at the ABGF in Singapore,
Yeah.
with a
where
game.
you already had a prototype of Teyra.
Yeah. Correct.
Hmm.
Mhm. And I played the game before the show even started, and
Yeah.
like immediately I was like, "Hey, Dwayne, come here. Hey, Tomas, come here. Take a look at this game."
Yeah. I remember that. like you guys were the first ones to like we are the you guys are the first people that we actually demoed to
Mhm.
at all. Right? Like in our first show, our first demo was to you guys. So yeah, we did
Oh,
remember that.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the game. That's why I
Thank you.
brought the rest of the Larong Atin team to your table, and then told them that hey, you should take a look at this game. And for and I was really impressed
Thank you.
for a first foray into I guess publishing, and for a first game that you're making available commercially, it's quite remarkable.
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words. Yeah,
Mhm.
we really appreciate it. But yeah, it's been quite a journey for the both of us with
Mhm.
designing Teyra.
Mhm. So I really encourage if you're going to ABGF Philippines Filipino community, please take a look at Terra. I think it's going to be worth your time to try the game. It's going to go up on Kickstarter soon.
Soon, yeah,
Right now, huh?
we're looking to launch the project in the next couple of months. You know, we are just ironing out certain details
Mhm.
here and there.
Mm.
because
But
So
yeah,
let's talk a little bit about your journey. Which shows have you, like, you've been on a road show? Like, which shows have you been to?
I mean, so in fact, I think our very first convention that we attended as just normal guests was ABGF Penang. That's where we first met
hmm,
you guys, and from there, I think our very first show that we actually exhibited was ABGF Singapore. That's our first time introducing Teyra to the public, and you know we're quite happy to get the responses from the people in Singapore. And after that, we went earlier this year. I think about a month, slightly less than a month ago, we went to PAX East to demo Teyra at PAX East. And yeah, the reception there was pretty good, and it was quite overwhelming. Like PAX was, you know, like in the States,
yes,
everything's
huge.
the huge spectacle. Everyone's the energy's like very high octane energy. So I think that was quite an eye opener for both Vanessa and I to seeing like how passionate the community, like the people there are about like gaming in general, like be it video games, tabletop games, card games. People are so passionate about it, and we met quite a lot of interesting people. We Terra to them, and I think we got very good responses from them. And this year, you know, we are heading to Manila next week for ABGF Philippines, and yeah, we're looking to do a couple more conventions later in the year as well. And it's been quite an interesting journey. Yeah.
So you're joining Penang or this year?
Yes, we are looking to
Hmm.
join ABGF Penang this year as well.
Okay, so wait, calendar wise, so it's a safe third quarter, I guess, for the campaign.
Mhm.
I mean, we can't really. I mean, we don't really want to have to say for sure, but we are looking around probably the third quarter
Hmm.
to
Okay.
launch. Yeah.
So just remember to hit us up when it's going live, so we can promote it.
Yeah.
The previous one, the one we interviewed, the RPG one, where one of you will die, is the premise of the RPG. I think
Yeah.
he got funded in a day, so it's
Oh, that's
very
nice.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like crowdfunding is also like a huge step up for like you know, because previously before starting this business, we did back a couple of Kickstarter projects,
Hmm.
and I think once we actually planned to do something like do it, we realized wow, there's so many moving parts behind the scenes. It's like oh wow, okay, like global logistics,
Hmm.
marketing, and all these shipping and all these small little things that usually I wouldn't think about when I'm backing a Kickstarter. Now it's like, oh wow, there's so many things going on. It's quite an interesting exposure, I would say. Yeah.
Mm. So
Even when you
you go
start
around.
touring, oh,
Sorry.
Like having the game fulfilled from China, or
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, like we like previously. I just thought that shipping was just take item from point A, move to point B, and yeah, you pay a certain amount and that's done. But there's like warehousing, the various shipping terms, and all these different parties coming in, freight forwarders, fulfillments. It's a whole new world for the both of us.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, actually dealing with physical products is
Yeah,
It's a
it's
it's a
special.
yeah, it's a lot.
yeah. Like especially like Vanessa and I, we came from very different backgrounds.
Mhm.
So like we came from digital spaces in our previous careers,
Mhm.
and like now dealing with physical products is like total 180.
Hmm.
Mm.
Oh yeah. So wait until you go around touring with the actual product. That's a whole different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then you have to have the logistics of bringing the games with you or shipping the
yeah,
games to shows and everything.
yeah,
By the way, do you
And
have the prototype with you there that we can show on camera?
yeah. Give me a moment.
is it?
So
So what really intrigued me with the Teyra was the fact that it it has a lot of familiar elements that makes it quite easy to learn, but it's mixed up in a way that makes it a novel experience. Like I think almost everyone's familiar with blackjack, and then pretty much if you're a board gamer, you're probably familiar also with the uh, what do you call, you know, smash up type games where you're controlling locations. We want to control locations. So it's a very interesting mix of those two concepts with and card abilities.
Mhm.
yeah, so we have some of our cards here. Over here, there are four different suits in our game. They are based off animals that are iconic iconic in Singapore. So you have the wild boars, you have the orangutans, the monitor lizards, and the Asian quails. They are very loud birds. So these are the four suits we have in our game. The artworks done by a local Singaporean illustrator. He's Matno. He's a very talented illustrator, so he did all the illustrations here and the card back as well. And yeah, we have some of the area cards that Freddie was mentioning earlier. Like he did all the artwork here as well. So, yeah,
So another nice thing about Teyra is when we came into it, it's already a full world. I think it's based on the Majapahit.
yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
like, what's the backstory?
yeah. So
How did you get there?
okay. So actually, the whole design of Teyra started. I think the very initial design of Teyra was inspiration behind Teyra was in 2024, I started playing a game called Balatro, which is a video game, and which some of you might know. It's a video game about poker. It's a poker roguelike, and for me personally, I don't like gambling. I try to avoid the gambling events when during Chinese New Year where relatives gamble. I don't really like that because I don't find joy in playing those games. But I found myself hooked to Balatro. Like I don't like poker, but Balatro really drew me in with its simple gameplay and addictive loop, like how they gamified Balatro, poker. So I was like, what if I could do that with another gambling game? So I was like going through the various gambling games. I was like, maybe there is something there about blackjack that we could gamify it and that's the initial game design inspiration of Teyra. And with the Majapahit reference inspiration, we wanted to do a medieval fantasy theme where they are like your standard European knights, mages, and archers. But when we got our illustrator in, and he was like, "Why not try something different with the Majapahit Empire? Because it's not a very well known medieval part of the world. Like everyone knows medieval Japan, medieval Europe, but not many people, even in Singapore, not many people know about medieval Singapore, what Singapore was like back then. So he did some concept art and said, yeah, we kind of like what he did, and so we decided to go with the Majapahit Empire inspiration.
Yeah, I personally am not familiar with a lot of Southeast Asian pre-colonial history. Actually,
I think
yeah,
a lot of it is not taught
yeah.
in schools and stuff.
So I think that's something a part of our cultures that probably need some attention.
Yeah,
Uh,
some representation there.
yeah, because it's not really. I guess pre-colonial history is kind of like a bit buried a bit, and then
Yeah,
a lot of it is actually uh, has been recorded properly or
mm.
documented properly.
Yeah, that's true. Like I think a lot of us as well back here in Singapore, we don't really know about this whole empire. We mostly know our history based off like from the start of colonialism onwards. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but me personally, even if I didn't know about the, oh, hello, Vanessa.
Hello.
Yeah, even if I wasn't aware of the theme or like very knowledgeable in it, it was actually the game mechanics and how innovative I felt it was because of this integrates blackjack into into mechanics that were kind of used to in board games.
Yeah.
So I found that very refreshing. The same thing that you felt with Balatro, I guess. I also
Yeah.
felt with Balatro. Oh, this is familiar, but this isn't gambling. But yeah, it's poker, and
Yeah.
it's like it's that feeling that this is a novel feeling, but it's very familiar, and it's easy to learn.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what we were
Yeah.
going for as well, because we wanted it to be a way for non-gamers to bring gamers, gamers to bring non-gamers into the hobby, or be something that's easy to take out. You don't need to learn too many things in order to quickly pick up the main things in the game and actually have fun, because no one wants to be learning the rules for like 3 hours before they actually get down to the actual game. And so that's what we were trying to go for in making it more accessible, but also still exciting for gamers as well.
Yeah,
and there's this also, but then there's this also this thing when you do the demos that is kind of neat. Because again, usually when you do demos, it's for accessibility, right? Get someone into the game, get them interested in playing. But with how the game works, the locations are super actually a highlight of the design. So, do you have location cards? Maybe you can show them.
Yeah, we have a few of them here.
So this is when we talk about the smash up part. It's kind of like this because it's also area controls. It's blackjack. You're forming 20. You're avoiding 21s, trying to get the highest value. But now you also have locations with special abilities, and then they are shuffled and dealt, so you don't always get the same. So even during the demo, like as you see more of the cards, it's like it keeps on giving you more as you just play the demos. I think that was really neat. Like, I don't know if you guys planned it that way, but yeah, like it made me want to play again. I guess I think that's what you're getting, especially if you're not selling yet. You just want the attention of the people who play the game.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean that's what we hope. Like just people having a good time.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like you want to enjoy yourself as well. Like you don't want to be spending 45 minutes doing something you don't enjoy. So that's what we kind of want to get out
Yeah.
of being able to table this for people as well. Yeah.
So, actually, even before Balatro, like, what made you guys want to make a game? Like, from experience, we all know that you play Magic. So,
Yeah.
maybe Magic, and then what else? Like, what got you into thinking, oh, maybe we should make a game?
I think other than Magic, also we play, like during COVID, we played a lot of board games as well. We have quite a collection, and we're trying to work through it. And we felt that why not we try to create something of our own that we that we could play and they share it with people. Yeah.
Yeah, and so being people who play games in the first place helped, of course.
Yeah.
But I think when it really came down to it was honestly for us, we looked at our collection and we realized that we don't have a lot of Asian design games or Asian made games, which we are not proud to say. And obviously for us, at that point, it's kind of like you look around and you see a lot of games that are not Asian made that are out in the news, that are being hyped up, and then we started wondering why we don't have more that are made in our region, that are made of or like by people
Yeah.
who think like us or who look like us or who maybe have similar experiences. I'm glad to say that once we started kind of looking more into the ecosystem, we found a lot of people like yourselves. We found amazing people in the rest of Asia as well, and we've been able to connect with them. But the reality was we didn't have that much in our collection, and it wasn't something that we wanted to continue doing.
Yeah.
And we thought it would be pretty cool if we could create a game that comes out of a little island, Singapore, that could potentially be known worldwide as well, and be played by people who will experience the kind of stories and the cultures that we're bringing in to share with them, which honestly we ourselves didn't know, which I think Nicholas was sharing a little bit more about that earlier on. But so it's really that bit of kind of like discovery. Doesn't have to be education in your face, but we've had people who we've demoed to, and they've asked us, are these real animals?
In
and we're
States.
like, yes, oh my gosh, like these are real animals that you can see both in the wild in Singapore, also in the zoo. And then we started showing them actual photos of these animals. It's just that kind of these little sparks that come along as people play games, or them figuring out, oh my gosh, actually I know this particular rule in blackjack, or I really love how this mechanic works. It's very interesting. It reminds me of so and so. These small little sparks is actually what I think we aim to bring up more of, because then at least it's not just about just playing a game, but you are spending time together, you are learning more, you're exposing yourselves to different stories around the globe that you may not actually come across unless you have seen it, which was very much the case for us.
Yeah, we've actually gone through the same journey with regards to Asian games. I've been in this industry for like 3 decades now, and even in this business, it's really very, very West dominated. There's nothing, it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, except that it's just the way the world works. Right now, the tabletop industry is really dominated by the West. They have bigger budgets, they have bigger marketing, and it's really a challenge, I guess, for us from the smaller countries in Asia
Yeah.
to compete with that noise. And I'm not saying it's bad or it's like, oh, it's like the evil empire of, no, I don't. But it does become a challenge for
Mm.
creators like us to, I guess, get our voices and our messages and our art
Yeah.
the same level of attention even in our own countries, which
Mm.
Mm.
which is very interesting, and which is why I love going to ABGF. It's a platform for creators like you and the creators that I work with. It's a platform, so it's a way for the smaller creators to get highlighted. And like my experience in ABGF, I got to meet you guys, and then wow, this game is actually great. It's actually good. Uh, if I saw this, even like just show me the game, I would like it. I would learn it myself. Nobody has to demo it to me. Uh,
Nice. Thank you
Thank
uh,
so
you.
much.
so
So
there's
it's
there's these gems that you find
mm,
that normally would have uh, no platform, no
traction.
avenue for to be highlighted, I guess, especially
Mm,
even within our own region.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
shows like
yeah.
ABGF are really important, I believe, which is
Yeah.
probably why I really wanted to have an ABGF in the Philippines as well. I want the Filipino gaming community to see that there are a lot of designers and publishers within Asia that may not normally be on their radars, because these are not the publishers that are highlighted by Western influencers, which unfortunately is what our countrymen in our I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in Singapore, in the Philippines, in Malaysia. The gamers there all follow the Western influencers. So it's just a challenge for us. So I think what we're doing with us, all of us joining together in Southeast Asia and then highlighting each other's games, it's just wonderful. It's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah.
very, very wonderful community that all just want to uplift each other.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, I think you're spot on. And so I earlier on, I think Nicholas was saying that the first time we attended a convention was ABGF in Penang, which is
Penang.
how we
Yeah.
met. You guys in the first place, and like we genuinely spent that whole time, trying out all these different
Yeah.
games and really speaking to the
Designers.
designers and the creators, and it's it, we wouldn't have been able to if not for platform like
Yeah.
ABGF, right? To be
Mm,
um, able to expose ourselves as attendees to different games that we wouldn't otherwise see as well.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, when we had our own booth in Singapore
Singapore. Yeah.
last year, we got the opportunity to then also meet all these amazing gamers in
Yeah.
Singapore, who we would not have otherwise met, who have then invited us to play games at their place, and vice
Vice versa.
versa.
Yeah.
Introduce us to other board gaming communities as well, and I think it's really allowed us specifically
Yeah.
to connect with a lot of people locally and in the region.
Yeah.
And we're really looking forward to being able to just do that in ABGF Manila as well. Hopefully with this time with a little bit better planning,
Yeah.
we will be able to leave our booths and go and try out other games as well. Being boothing rookies in November last year, we didn't leave our booths at all, and so
Yeah.
we missed the opportunity to connect with everyone else who came in. And so that's one thing that we are very much looking forward to do, to actually be able to connect on both ends,
Yeah.
right? Like basically across the board, with people who just simply love games and the experience of connecting over these games
Yeah.
as well.
Mm. No, so we have we have Ron saying hi, and then Looking forward to seeing you and
Random
playing your
truth.
game. Yeah.
I
Having
think we're
said
like
that, do you have a new design with you? A prototype maybe on this chip? Or you've
Yeah.
just been so busy on the roadshow?
Sorry.
My question was, do you have a new design or prototype that you brought with you this time? Uh, or you've just been so busy with your
Yeah.
roadshow, Teyra roadshow?
Well, coincidentally, since you've asked, we actually do have a second game that is ready that we are also working on pushing out this year. And so that's also why with our Kickstarter, things are, um, we're basically trying to balance these
Yeah.
two as well. So you might be able to see a little game, a little
I
sneak peek.
clearly detect.
This is not the final
Well,
design yet,
yeah.
but it's a smaller box, a
Yeah.
quicker game that will
It's
basically it's a little bit more abstract.
more
I would say.
abstract, and I think it's a much lighter game compared to Teyra. Like we managed to table this game to a couple to
A
see
community center
uh,
activity in Singapore.
yeah,
And we had a lot of retirees who joined that session and they loved it.
yeah,
Like,
and
they loved it.
they have no like they have little to no board gaming background,
Yeah.
so they picked this up pretty fast. So I think this game's pretty light but
We had a few
quite intense as
aunties.
well.
We had a few aunties teaching each other after one
Yeah.
or two rounds. So that for us was like top tier because they came in being like, "Oh, board games. I think that's a kid's activity. It's not for me.
I'm too
I'm
old.
too old.
Yeah.
I can't learn." And we're like, "No, you know what? Sit down. We'll teach you, and then you can try."
Yeah.
They got it, and they had a good time. So we'll be bringing Aish along with us to Manila as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if you drop by, you can come and try it out.
Yeah.
It's a lighter game
Yeah.
that you can bring out on more casual nights where you don't want to be sitting down for something too heavy. Maybe you want to have some casual conversation
Yeah.
as well, or something in between games, perhaps in between 2 9-hour games.
Yeah.
I don't know, pick and choose. But yes, so we'll be bringing Aish along with us in line with the theme of essentially a lot of what we want to do is to be able to work with creatives
Around the world,
globally,
yeah.
around the world. So with Teyra, we're very lucky to be able to work with the talented Matno and Molly, who so Matno did all of our illustrations, Molly did our graphic design, and then for Aish, we actually worked with Ava, who is from South Africa, because the theme of the game is themed around South Africa. And so she's the one who did all of the art that you will see. We haven't actually brought all of the final art out into the world just yet. So anyone who sees it in ABGF Manila will be the first time that anyone has seen it off of the computer. So we're looking forward to have everyone try it.
Well, that's
that's
very
amazing.
exciting. Yeah, and Nico was saying, part of the reason why the West seems to be so far ahead of us is because they really started much. They started before we did in this industry. And part of the issue is, like in your story, I think a lot of our culture looked at gaming as a kids activity, and that also kind of, and Nick mentioned something like this, that about gambling earlier on, and that adults, I guess, in our culture will only consider gaming if it involves money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So if there's no money involved, they kind of think it's gaming is pointless. So it's part of our culture that we have to overcome. Of course, we gamers understand that there is value to what we're doing, and it is a valid form of entertainment. Mm, but it is culturally challenging for us
Yeah.
when we're talking with older people. They tend to like have this uh,
Yeah, aversion,
idea
I
that
guess.
it's just for kids,
Yeah.
and that it's not an activity that they should be engaging in.
Mm.
Unless you bring out, I guess, familiar things as well. There's also
Mahjong.
Yeah,
mahjong, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, I only play mahjong. I'm like, if you can play something as complex as mahjong,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can
exactly. It's not a
stop.
kids game,
mhm.
but if you look at the designers right now, I think one of the pluses we have, I guess, as an Asian community is it's kind of we have this parallel thought right now. Like if you talk to Smooks, if you talk from Taiwan, if you talk to basically everyone else, we're all kind of aligning with the need to share our games to each other and then support each
Yeah.
other somehow, give them shout outs, take their game in, and show it to other people. And likewise, I think maybe we're like decades behind in terms of industry. But what we have right now as the Asian community is, I don't know,
Yeah.
teamwork, I guess. And yeah, so this is part of what we do. And I'm really excited because this feels like we're in the pioneering movement, kinda. We're bringing Asian games to the world together. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I love it. Like, I mean, we really appreciate, you guys creating this platform for us to also come around, showcase what we're
Yeah.
creating. Otherwise, that it's hard to do it at a larger scale like
Yeah.
this, and without the support of industry leaders in
Just
the community
yeah.
like you guys, then it's going to be hard, right, to kind of break into the space. And that's kind of what we found after starting to get a little bit more involved in the regional ecosystem,
Yeah.
that
Correct.
it's a small ecosystem, everyone's very supportive of each other,
Yeah.
and that's how it should be, right? Like, I mean, board games do not exist in silos. There's
Yeah.
no one in the world who would just buy one board game and play. I mean, maybe one person, or maybe, but like no one has just one board game. If you speak to a lot of people, like they have at least a couple,
Yeah.
or some people have hundreds and thousands, which that they have a collection.
Yeah.
And so there's no point being like competitive about it, because the whole point is that people want to experience different
Even
things on
yeah.
different days. You have different flavors and different tastes for things, depending on the mood, depending on
And
the
the group,
crowd,
your
depending on
friends. Yeah.
and how you're feeling, how tired you are, how energetic. And so it really benefits everyone in the ecosystem to kind of support each other,
Yeah.
and build each other up, because no one's buying just one game to
Yeah.
keep on their shelf, and bringing that one game out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that.
I echo that sentiment, and I've been saying that over and over here in the Philippines, that as creators, designers, there really is there's no point trying to compete with each other. It
Yeah.
is more helpful to support each other, because everyone makes different games, and like you said, our industry right now in our region is at its infancy. We barely tap a big portion of our own populations,
Yeah.
and selling what, a few thousand games, a couple of 2,000 games, that's nothing. Like, look at the populations that we have. It's because we have barely uh maximized the market. Our markets in our regions are at its infancy. It's a very
Yeah.
young market, and there's lots of room for everyone. And like you said, nobody really just buys one game. Once you get into this hobby, you buy multiple games, and
Yeah.
and then you still buy some more. Uh,
Truth.
so there, and if we do, and in some cases, even if we do like critique each other, it's in the positive sense that we want each other to be to get,
Improve. Yeah.
yeah, make something better. So I just feel so positive about the community that we're building in the ABGF community. which I would like to call it. It's really a very positive and helpful environment, and everybody's just so positive. Of course, we all share the same frustrations. We have that, every once in a while we would have our rant fest, and we just keep complaining about how hard it is, uh, how challenging it is. But
Yeah.
even that is fun.
The game designer
And-
community help group.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
and-
oh yes, sorry. Jane.
oh no, I was just. Oh no, I'm gonna talk about Daryl a bit. We can maybe later. Okay. So I think Daryl has been ramping up too, like with the designer things. So you were invited, but you missed out because you were already in Thailand, I think. Because this year there was a retreat, and then I found out that you were there, but a week earlier. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yes, yeah, we missed each other.
So even the designers are like, let's all meet up, let's work together, and then
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
I mean, to be honest, for us, even getting to know people in the industry, we reached out to a couple of people, and then through Daryl, we got
Yeah.
to know a few other people in the industry
Yeah.
as well. We had a trip to Penang last year, and then Daryl and Joffrey, they introduced us to Chunyan, and that's how we met her. And they were like, okay. And like one thing led to another. And I think all these introductions really helped us to kind of like expand our understanding of
The ecosystem,
ecosystem
and the
as well.
community.
Yeah, and that's what we didn't have before.
Yeah.
Looking closer into what games are being created locally and
Yeah.
regionally, and like being welcomed into the ecosystem has really helped, because
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, if I'm being honest, it'd be very tough for us to still be pursuing this if everyone was not as welcoming
Yeah.
as they've been, because it's hard, right? Like Nicholas was saying, we've come from very different industries
Yeah.
before this, and so a lot of what we're doing now that is so much more analog driven
Yeah.
than the kind of
Things that we were used to.
workflows that we were
Yeah.
used to in the past. We've of course had to tap on people in the industry who have done it. Like, how does this work? What's with that? Like, how
Yeah.
this, like small things. I've never had a larger appreciation for product packaging
Yeah.
than now.
Barcodes.
Barcodes. Wow, who knew? That's a whole conversation to have.
Mhm.
And so it's really been the community that has been so welcoming, that has also helped us gain a little bit
Yeah.
more confidence in entering the space and staying in this space, and hopefully flourishing as well alongside everyone else. So we're looking forward to
Yeah.
kind of meeting more people along the way as well.
Oh, you were. It's interesting that you also mentioned right now, just now, that in your journey, you in the start of your gaming journey, you also weren't really very much aware that there is actually quite a number of Asian creators, or there is a budding industry in our own what do you call that,
Backyard, I
But-
guess.
portions of the woods. And that's really very typical of the gamer experience in Asia. Our first exposure seems to be Western games,
Yeah.
and then kind of stay in that ecosystem for a bit before we realize, hey, there's actually some games that come from Asia, and these games are actually, I'm not saying better, but at par
Yeah.
with Western games, except that I've never heard about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small adage like your first Asian themed game is made by a Westerner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
happens to a lot of people.
Yeah,
But now,
there's a game. The name of the game is
Manila.
Manila. It's not
Yeah, yeah.
made the game.
Manila.
It's about, but it looks more like Thailand, I think. But yeah, well, the
It's
thing
the
is,
Westerners thing and
yeah,
not
we have certain
actually what.
notions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's funny is now that you've given the reins back to the Asians to make their Asian games, what did we do with it? We made 100 food games because we really like making food
Yeah.
games.
I guess it's our love language.
Yeah.
It's kind of like maybe it's ingrained in us.
The
Like
first thing we show ourselves, the first thing about our culture we show off is
It's food.
I guess.
Yeah.
or like like way back, like our grandparents would be like, "Have you eaten?" That's their way of
Yes.
saying "I love you," right? Have you
Yeah.
have you eaten? So maybe we're like, let's bring our food.
Food.
Let's bring a buffet.
It's food is love. The food is love culture. So our parents never told us they love us, but when they ask us, "Have you eaten?" That's it. Then you know they love us.
Yeah, direct translation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the food games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting that like even your experiences parallel our experiences in the Philippines,
Yeah.
as creators, as gamers, and it seems that and this story has been very consistent across countries in Southeast Asia, not just the Philippines, not just Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. Uh, when I get to meet creators in those in countries in our region, the experience seems to be there seems to be that universal experience of how they get exposed into it, and then they realize, oh, it might be something I want to do, and then they get exposed to a bigger community that actually is trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder how that connection all kind of
Links up.
links up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could also be by virtue of the the exposure that we get. I think it's a bit of a loop, right?
Yeah.
It goes back to what you mentioned about us and our exposure to games and how it comes about, and how big brands work, right? It's kind of, if you go to a shopping mall in Singapore, you will see the same 50 shops in every shopping mall.
Yeah.
And I think it's just by virtue of it being, that's how markets work and
Yeah.
that's how systems work, and so the system just didn't help for us to be able to discover things that were being made that's outside of the norm,
Yeah.
unless you're
Outside the
specifically
mainstream,
or outside
yeah.
of the mainstream, unless you're specifically
Look-
looking for it. Which, I mean, even for us, we didn't know about ABGF before, in the first few years that was
Yeah.
being run, and
Yeah.
and so it also required us specifically taking a different lens and like, looking at it from a different point of view to discover it altogether. So I think it's potentially kind of a mix of exposure and the systems that we are in, that kind of perpetuate that, maybe.
Yeah. Ron was saying, I was so amazed. I picked up a game called Japanese Castle, only to find out later that when I was unboxing for this stream, it's published from Russia.
Bamboozled.
Yeah. So many Asian themed games are actually not from Asia.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that we noticed as well. We're like, wait, we see that these like Asian themed games are not necessarily always from Asia, which I don't think is an issue, right? Because
Yeah. It's,
a South
South
African
African
game, and
Yeah.
it's not like we're from South Africa, but
Yeah.
we felt like there was a story that we wanted to share from our experiences
Yeah.
there. And so I think it's okay that people are doing games that are themed around
Different cultures.
different cultures,
Yes.
different experiences, because that may be kind of their lens of how they experience
Yeah.
a culture as well. And so I think our point of view is that it is fine, um, and as long as it comes from a place where
It's
it's
done
Yes,
it's
respectfully.
it's
respectfully,
respectfully, yeah, like it's done true to the place. It's not,
Yeah,
like you're not mocking anything. Then I think it's fine
Yeah.
because then
yeah,
it's more exposure
yes,
to the cultures
Yeah.
that people may not experience otherwise.
yeah. 100% agree. Uh, I I'm on record saying that in culture is not intellectual property.
Yes.
So as long if you want to adopt something from my culture, as long as you treat it with respect and try to honestly try to understand it, it's fine.
Yeah.
If I want, like, us Asians, we like wearing suits which came from the West. That's not a problem. If I find somebody wanting to wear like a Filipino barong, a Westerner want to wear a Filipino barong, perfectly fine as well.
Yeah.
Or what do you call the
The saya, the barat saya, or the dress. Actually,
yeah,
you guys would look nice in Filipino clothing. I'm just saying,
Maybe our next set
take
of
some time. Take some time. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't find my uniform today, so I couldn't put it on.
Mm.
Otherwise, we would
Oh
do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we normally don't do. So
It's for
But
work.
I also think, like, I guess one of the bigger questions is, sure, there are games that are made like from other referencing cultures from other cultures, but where is the ones from our side? I think that's a bigger question. Like, okay, so they made the game about a specific Asian culture, but what about that Asian culture? Like, why are they not making their own games? I think that's the bigger one. So, like, why are Filipinos not making Filipino games? Like, you kind of just always come back to that. Like, so maybe we should also make games. People are shy or people are scared because there's no real path. I think, like, until now, because we're making it, we're basically pioneering it. But before,
yeah.
there was no real path to, like, I made the game. What do I do with this? Send it to the Western publishers. Hope it gets picked up. So yeah, I think the reality now is, at least with what we have, is we're trying to make a way for it to be more possible to do what we have in this scale, and then it grows if it grows. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess also it's maybe from some sense it could be kind of a logical choice for some people to be like, I would rather put something out there that people know and they don't have to rediscover, so that they're
They're more
there
comfortable.
to
More comfortable with the
Like-
ideas and the concept.
Medieval knights.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've gotten comments before as well of like, oh, this theme is lost on me. I would rather it be a European medieval theme, rather than a medieval
Medieval
Singaporean
Theme.
inspired theme.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's good. I mean, thanks for your feedback.
Yeah.
In this case, we really wanted it to showcase kind of like different quirks that
Yeah.
people don't know about Singapore, and that's kind of like what we wanted to put into the world via Teyra, right? And
It's
so
like
yeah,
no, it's just like a different take on medieval fantasy. Like traditionally medieval fantasy is always about European medieval Europe. Your knights, dragons, wizards. Like so we were like, why can't it be? Why can't we do something about medieval Southeast Asia and spin it there with fantasy elements as well?
because we existed at that time too,
Yeah.
and that era.
Yeah.
We were around as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that's definitely true. And but really personally, I'm not a big. I do appreciate the theme, but with most games, even like I already told you, like I'm a big Marvel fan, but
Yeah.
I never liked Overpower.
But
So
yeah, like
theme, my main thing is it still has to be a good game. At the end of the day, it still
Mm.
has to be a good game. The theme only helps it. At the end of the day, we're making games. We're not actually. Of course, there's going to be beautiful art, but it has to have the core function has to be, it has to be an entertaining game. And
Oh,
even that, there
Oh,
are
DVDC.
some changes, some differences culturally on what I think Asians find fun and what Westerners find fun. There's a lot of overlap, of course, but the, we I've seen some preferences market wise. Of course, there will be people who will, there's no one size fits all, but
yeah,
there are some cultural differences, even with our preferences for games.
Mm. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mm.
And I think that's what we've also come to
yeah,
appreciate, that
Mm.
that different people will be looking for different
different, yeah,
things um in their games.
you can't
And
please everyone.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, different mechanics will appeal to different people,
Mhm. Yes, that's true.
there have been times when I've tried like top 50 games, and I'm like, you know
How'd that
I,
get in there?
I don't get it, but people love them, and that's fine, because it's kind of like, I love fish soup, he loves bakute, no, sorry, bak chor mee. I hate bak chor mee, and it's fine, we can still coexist.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the market finds its own eventually. So yeah, that's the motivation to keep it robust. That's why you need to make board games for.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, Nico just mentioned our long-standing
Oh wait.
Singaporeans
Oh,
so
are
was
he
it?
more.
said
Yeah.
Singaporeans seem more open to games. Maybe it's because of our experiences ABGF Singapore. Do you feel the same way?
I mean, we haven't been exposed to quite as much as you guys have, so
yeah,
the comparison for us is a little bit hard. Um,
yeah,
I mean, because we're quite nascent to the industry,
Mm.
right? So, the kind of the people that we've met would be much less than who you have.
yeah.
I feel like there's a growing
Yeah,
interest.
growing interest in tabletop gaming.
Yeah,
In,
tabletop gaming in the first
yeah,
place, and then I guess different themes and things like that.
yeah.
But we honestly, we haven't experienced enough different
Since,
conventions to know. Um,
but
and also, I don't know where
yeah,
the comparison
yeah.
is, right?
But I think definitely,
yeah.
I think we still have some ways to go compared to like the States. I think,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think that yeah, we still have room. I think there's still room to grow and develop in that space.
Mm. I guess perhaps one thing we've noticed is that people are like open to trying based on different things that draw them in. Like like so some people will be drawn in by the art. Some people will be drawn in by a crowd.
Yeah,
Some people will be drawn in by
the mechanics.
if you talk to them.
Yeah.
And so I don't know that we have enough
data,
data points to say that
Mm.
yes or no. But yeah, I think, and I think Nico,
That's a long one.
the most logical Asians and emotional.
Well, I would
Oh,
agree with
God.
that.
But it's a trope, I guess, in like Filipino, I don't know, game experience is that they tend to be shy. They don't like, you have to break into them. Like, no, you should play. Sit down and play. Sometimes, so there's a bit of convincing to do. Whereas, at least our experience in Singapore is, like, even the kids are more proactive in that sense. So there's fewer small talk. They just sit down and get to play. Whereas in the Philippines, there's a bit of talking first before sitting down. They're interested. but they don't want to try it right away. So he's, hi, how are you? Something like that. It's weird. Like they just don't. Oh, I want to play because I'm here at the convention, at the board game convention to play the game. So it's not always upfront as that. I guess that's
There's
where
a
Nico
little
is
bit of
coming
that
from.
in Singapore as well,
Yeah.
of being like, there will always be people who kind of hover and
They're
are not
waiting.
too
Yeah.
sure.
You know they want to try.
Yeah.
I've been there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
And then you
Yes.
ask them, and then, I'm just looking.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe Asians
Asian,
being
yeah.
shy
hmm,
or being less. I guess being more shy about approaching people,
Mhm.
or maybe inconveniencing someone. Say
oh,
like
yeah.
a game is going
Probably
on.
that's it too.
Yeah, it
Like
could be.
if they're not ready to buy too, they get shy. Like, oh no, I played your game, but
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm pressured. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that's true. The my experience in the West is they're really just more open. Uh, they'll just go up to you and then yeah, teach me this,
yeah,
or
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Mhm.
They'll go straight to the chair and then sit down and then expect for the demo. While our experience in ASA is we really have to like generally cajole and then convince them. No,
Mhm.
it's okay. No, it's going to be easy.
You're not wasting our time. Like, you can play.
You're not bothering us. It's okay. You're not inconveniencing us. We
yeah.
really
We're
want to
here
teach
for
you.
a reason.
Yeah,
We're here to play with you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but yeah, I
Oh,
could.
yeah. I'll just gonna slide it in now. Like Vanessa, did you find anything in PAX too? Because Nick found a lot. like a game or
Oh,
something you can derive a design from it or something.
ah something that we can derive a design from. That's an interesting question. Um, we tried. So we were a little bit more strategic this time about making sure we went around to try a little bit more, meet more people, and we met some pretty cool like game developers, something, and we also like Overpower,
Yeah, we
like
met them.
people bringing games back to life, Neopets, and things like that. And I don't know about something that I would adapt just yet, because just to be honest, I haven't really been able to kind of sit down and reflect on everything that we experienced there, because it's just been kind of like go since we've gotten back. But I guess one of my takeaways is kind of how the openness of the community and the people who are there, and how it felt simply being at PAX. Like us going around telling people, oh, it's our first time at PAX. And like, oh, welcome home. Here, take this is a patch 2026 badge for you to like put on somewhere. And like, I think just that, well, it got me, like, I got goosebumps, literally, like saying that, like this lady literally turned to me and like, welcome home. And I started like tearing up a little bit. You barely know me. And I think that would be, I think, my greatest takeaway from everything is the feeling that being at a convention like that leaves you with, like which like we would want to be able to recreate for people who are attending,
Yeah.
or like just simply coming to our booth at ABGF, right? Being like, hey, welcome. It's a space where we want to be able to kind of share our love for games with you with no pressure at all, and it's just a way for you to discover it, something new. So I would say my greatest takeaway from PAX was more of a feeling and a sensation that I would like to bring back with me.
and we also brought a lot of physical games back as well. Other than that, but yeah, I think that would be the top of mind what I can think of right now. But I'll circle back about that in the near future, about maybe something else that could have inspired me. Yeah, my ways of gaming.
So
it's
we're a bit
it's
over
past an
time,
hour.
but
Yeah.
I'm sure if we were allowed to, we would have been able to just keep on talking about games because we love doing that too. Aside from just playing, we love talking about them. So that's our R for this episode. And once again, we'd like to thank our guests, Nick and Vanessa from Dassie Atelier. They will be at Asian Board Games Festival. You can
Yeah,
meet them, talk to
that was
them,
fun.
play their games. Now they have two. They have Teyra and Aishi.
Yeah.
Try them both. Uh, so there. So again, we're inviting you Asian Board Games Festival. Uh, we'll see you there. May 2 to 3, Pioneer Center.
Yes.
Yes, we'll see.
Any,
Looking forward to seeing you guys as well.
Let's play some
any
games
last
together.
message? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so many other
And
publishers
fol-
there as well. So it'll be fun. It's exciting. Even
No,
for us.
and like and follow their page.
Yes.
Always
Comment.
on the
Yeah, check out our
Comment,
Kickstarter
like,
page.
and subscribe.
Please follow the Kickstarter on
when it's up.
their
Yeah.
Kickstarter on Teyra because I want to see Nick actually
Do more
get
press.
married.
Maybe if it gets high enough, I might come and lift some stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
something to look forward
Lifting game boxes.
Yeah, it's too light now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah,
when it
because
gets-
the waves are still too light right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too strong. We have to challenge him.
So when it gets heavier, yeah, let's get higher up
Yeah.
on the plates.
Mhm.
Nice. Thanks so much for having
Yeah,
us,
thank you.
Freddie and Dwayne.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
And thank you everyone for listening listening to us. And actually next week is already ABGF week, so we're inviting everyone who's here to join us, and then maybe talk to them, talk to everyone, and it's a very special opportunity because it's our first. Okay, so that's it. That's a bye for us, but the postings will continue. You'll get clips from here as well, and thank you everyone.
Tune for our
And
program.
we'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you next week. This is the last episode of the.
Oh, wow.
We kind of made it on purpose to be you guys. Yeah. So this is the last episode of the ABGF podcast. The Larong Atin podcast resume after ABGF. Okay, and then that's it. This is a cold end. Well, we have an outro now, but this is it. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Just say bye. Yeah, just keep on saying bye while it ends.
See you all
We're
next
using
week.
ancient technology.
Ancient